I'm Julia Marie, founder of Leveled Up Living and your host of the Leveled Up Living podcast. I'm here to help you reprogram your subconscious mind, break free from limiting beliefs, and unlock your full potential so you can create your dream life with ease. Using neuroscience, universal laws, energetics, and subconscious reprogramming, I will guide you in shifting your reality and manifesting unlimited success, wealth, and freedom. Hey, girlfriend! Welcome back to the Leveled Up Living podcast. I'm your host, Julia, and today we are talking about something that's not just inspiring, it is scientifically proven to change your life. We are talking all about how to use neuroscience to create your dream life. Because here's the truth. Building your best life isn't about waiting for the right opportunities or the right circumstances to start. It is about working with the way that your brain is already wired so that your habits, your beliefs, and your behaviors all start to naturally align with your vision. Okay, so first things first, you can rewire your brain through neuroplasticity. Your brain is not a fixed piece of hardware. It's more like a living, breathing supercomputer that can be updated. This is called neuroplasticity, your brain's ability to change and adapt throughout your entire life. And here's the key. Every time you repeat a thought or an action, you strengthen that neural pathway in your brain. So think of it like walking through a grassy pasture. When you first make the trail, it's barely there, right? Like the grass is just flattened. That's it. But the more that you walk on it, the more that it becomes a path. So if you visualize your goals daily, if you affirm them, if you journal or script about them, your brain starts treating them as real as possible and as yours. Because another thing about your brain, it doesn't take a joke. So if you are visualizing this and you see yourself waking up, living your best life, your brain thinks that's a true reality. Okay? If you practice gratitude, it rewires your brain to naturally notice more opportunities and positives surrounding you. And when your brain is wired to see possibilities, success stops feeling like a struggle. It just becomes your default setting. Change your identity at brain level. Your brain forms a self-image. This is your identity. This is based on your past experiences, beliefs, and patterns. The problem with that is that most people are living in an outdated identity that doesn't actually match the future that they want. So in order to change your life, you have to change the story that you're telling yourself about who you are. Use visualization and emotion together to imprint this new identity in your brain. So if your goal is to be living in your dream body, whether that's muscular, lean, toned, it doesn't matter. I want you to close your eyes and I just want you to imagine waking up in your dream body and looking in the mirror in your dream body. How does that feel to see yourself in your dream body? How does that feel? That's what I want you to do. And then I want you to act as if you are already her every single day from this moment forward. I want you to speak like her, make decisions like her, dress like her, start showing up like her. Your brain will work to sync your external reality to match the identity that you've been telling yourself, okay? So, for example, if your dream life involves being a confident, sexy, boss bitch CEO, don't wait until you're successful to embody that. Start showing up as if you're already successful now, okay? Your brain will work to make your reality follow, okay? The habit loop. Habits are just loops in your brain, and they start out with a cue, then comes a routine, and then you get a reward. And once they're wired in, they pretty much run on autopilot. So if you've got habits that are derailing your dream life, you need to replace them. We can't just remove them. We have to replace them. So keep the same cue and reward, but swap out a routine that actually supports where you're going. So let's say your cue is the end of the day and your reward is relaxation. Instead of nighttime doom scrolling, I want you to swap that for 10 minutes of future visualization. Same cue, same feeling of calm, but now it's actually fueling your dream. It's not draining it anymore. Understanding the role of the amygdala and prefrontal cortex. The amygdala is like your brain's alarm system. It plays a crucial role in processing and regulating emotions. This is what triggers fight or flight when fear comes up. Your prefrontal cortex is the CEO. This is what plans, makes decisions, and thinks rationally. When fear strikes, just pause, take a few deep breaths, and then engage your prefrontal cortex by asking, what's the actual evidence for this fear? What's one small step I can take anyway? If you're terrified of public speaking, I want you to remember that this fear is neurological. It's not actually the truth about your abilities. So because you know this, you can now train your brain out of fear with small structured steps. Leverage dopamine as a motivator. This one is huge. A lot of us think of dopamine as the pleasure or happy chemical, but really it's a motivation signal. It drives you to take action towards a reward. Break big goals into micro wins and celebrate them every single time. Every small win gives your brain a dopamine hit, which makes you want to keep going. If you're an entrepreneur and your goal is to have a six-figure company, don't wait until you've made six figures to celebrate. Celebrate your first client, your first sale, your first social media post. That all felt aligned with the growth of where you're going. Regulate your nervous system for higher performance. This one is also huge. Chronic stress keeps your brain stuck in survival mode, which then shuts down creativity and problem solving in the brain. Practices like meditation, breath work, or even cold showers help regulate your nervous system so your executive brain comes back to the present moment, which makes you more calm, strategic, and open to more ideas. A simple 5-minute breathwork session can move you from reactive to proactive, and that's where you design your dream life. My favorite breathwork technique is the 4-7-8, where you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 7 seconds, and then you exhale for 8 seconds. I always feel like that one really calms me. I also really like box breathing, but my husband and I have both talked about this where when we do the box breathing, at some point or another, it almost feels like we're like needing more air, where that's why I really like the 4-7-8 because it really just calms. So I really recommend the 4-7-8. But if that one isn't working, go ahead and try the box breathing because I know that does work for a lot of people. And last but not least, sleep, nutrition, and movement are all brain fuel. You cannot build a dream life with a foggy brain, period. Sleep solidifies learning and keeps your emotions balanced. Nutrition, especially omega-3s and whole foods, support focus and your overall mood. Movement boosts BDNF, which is brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a brain growth factor that improves memory and learning. You are far more likely to have clarity about your purpose after a good night's sleep and a walk than after 10 hours of overthinking in front of your laptop, right? All in all, neuroscience won't hand you your dream life, but it will give you the manual for designing it from the inside out. When you align your thoughts, your habits, and your emotions with your vision, your brain becomes the architect of your reality. It's about wiring your brain to work for you instead. So if you've been feeling stuck, I promise you, it's not about working harder. It's about wiring your brain to work for you instead. You are no longer dreaming about the life that you want. You are building the neural pathway blueprint starting today. If you love this episode, please make sure to send it to someone who needs it. And if you're ready to go deeper into rewiring your brain for success, check out my one-on-one VIP coaching linked in the show notes. Okay, babes, until next time, I am sending you so much love. Forehead kiss. Mwah. Bye.